Hello, I'm Maris. This is GamerQuest. This is the Morrigan. Or I'm pronouncing it Morrigan. As you can see, we're in a lovely, lovely area. No huge plethora of, checking my fingers out. Does have index controller support, as you can see. So that is my life that you're seeing on my wrist. Behind me was some weapons. This is just the selection of what we're doing. We're on the beginning of this game. I do want to thank the devs for giving me a copy of this. This was a very fun adventure. It's along the lines of like Vengeful Rites or Vanishing Realms, except Vengeful Rites has more of like the overworld. It's overworld, underworld, whereas this was more like dungeon crawling in general. A lot of fun though. So we'll be getting into it. We've got a decent area to start in. So now here we go. And this is your typical dungeon crawler. There is going to be all different weapons that drop that you can grab, puzzles, monsters, all that good stuff. Ooh. Mm-hmm. The art style of this was a lot of fun. Kind of has that blocky, low poly, but again, it's done in a way like VR. It's a lot of fun to be in those environments because, again, you're in the environment. It just works. Oh, the fat loots. Mm-hmm. Cha-ching. So right now, as you can see, I started out with no weapon as well. Those weapon racks, as you unlock things, do fill up with weapons in your main room. So again, we're just looking around, seeing... This is one of, when you're playing this style games, it's always important to... Oh, money! Steal all the money. That's what it's... If it's not nailed down, it's yours. So anyway, you do, take a look around, see if you can find weapons. Got some crazy person sitting across the way there. That's like the main bad guy sitting there, egging you on. I believe that is Morrigan or Morgan. I know some people say Morgan, but I want to say it's the Morrigan. And being that I'm Irish, Scottish, and English, those are my peoples. My peoples. My lovely fairy folk. Got some books here. Can't open the books. I was hoping like maybe you could open them and like learn a spell or something, but... Now this is fun. These little question marks, are little like tooltip things if you want to engage them. Or they mark. Like this is the first time I encountered a trap since we started this from the beginning. Again, touch everything, try to manipulate everything. Walk across these beams. A little hard to see. Again, the environment, it is what it is. I don't have a torch to highlight anything. And it's much different. Like, you can obviously see it easy when you're in the environment. It's a little bit harder to pick it up on camera. So again, now here's climbing vines. The old standby. Trying to make sure I don't fall to my death, because that's usually how I roll. I like how they have the, like, the big spores that grow out of them and, like, highlight or, like, light up things. Those... I've played too much Half-Life Alyx, because those vines hanging in front of me, I was like, nope, it's barnacles. I was like, they're going to suck me up, and then it's like, I'm not playing Half-Life. That's not what those are. That was me trying to get in the door. I was getting angry. I wanted my damn sword. So here's where that person was sitting. So obviously we've made it around, and there's our key. Health potion, even though I didn't need it. So that's just your little, you know, queue there, menu. Put stuff in, tells you how much gold you have. And then obviously it's showing the index controller and showing what you could press. Depending on the controller you have, it would be showing you the appropriate keys that you need to press to pull up the inventory. So obviously simple. It's very reactive. The inventory, as soon as you press that key, it pops up. I believe you can keep it up. So again, the standard over-the-shoulder inventory slots. I believe you have 2 of them, as you can see. There's 2. You can manually pull from that. So just so you understand what happened there, why the inventory was up behind me, it's because I used the quick slots. I believe the way it works is when you go to do that, it automatically opens up your inventory window, but you're not seeing it because it's behind you. Dun dun dun. Alright, so there we go. That was our first foray. Got our achievement. Didn't find any of the secrets or nothing. Fail. So now you have the choice. You can either return to the town or you can continue in the dungeon. So we're going to continue. And here comes the real meat and potatoes. We got a friendly here. Or I should say a not so friendly. Get my sword out. Bring it. Animations are great in this. They did a great job with the combat animations. I liked them a lot. And, you know, because we can't be happy with one sword, I need 2. Actually used to fence with 2 swords all the time when I used to do period fencing. Back in my day. Always loved 2 swords. So there I am just putting the one in my... Just holding the one because obviously you need a free hand to interact with things. Sneaky sneakets. Again, break everything, and if it's not nailed down, it belongs to you. Books obviously don't go in the inventory. Give me that money. I like how there's like a graveyard in the dungeon, like in the stones. I know they bury people in like cloisters and churches and stuff like that, but it's just funny to see like a full-blown one. Now what's cool is all the treasure chests I encountered so far did not need keys to open, so that's really cool. I kind of like that. instead of having to worry about finding keys and stuff like that to constantly open chests like you know. Oh, a zombie. A dead zombie. These catacombs are pretty cool. Drop my sword. So here we go. Up we go. Just trying to grab that just to see if there was a way I could carry one with me. Because again, I really and truly do try to be mindful when I'm recording the VR games, especially because I know the environments can be dark. And that's just, you know, being in that environment is different from watching it recorded. So, you know, it's something I try to be mindful of. Also, I try to keep my head still as best as possible, but when you're fighting, double sword fighting, it's a little bit hard. Especially because you're dodging this stuff and reacting to it in real time. Like, please, stand still and be successful in fighting and not move your head or anything like that. That's... I would definitely like to see that, but I happen to move around. You also gotta dodge stuff and things, so... Look at all that money! So now, again, you do have to put your weapons away to grab things. Or at least have one hand open to grab. The one thing I would like to complain about grabbing the gold, you actually have to grab the gold, so you have to engage and grab it. In games like Vengeful Rites, which if you have VR and you haven't gotten it already, I highly suggest that game as well. But say something's a little out of reach and it's not allowing you... oh, bow. Oh, boy. Here we go. You can use your sword or your weapon to extend your reach and just, you know, touch the gold or gold chunks or whatever you're gathering, diamonds, and it'll automatically go into your inventory. I kind of like that more than physically have to engage and grab it, because sometimes it just doesn't work or pick up properly, or the boundaries of the game itself is not allowing you to put your hand there and reach it. It pushes you back. So, you know, that's just an observation from playing VR games now and having played quite a few. You know, you start to realize what your preferences are and what works better as far as, like, environmental abilities, grabbing things. This poor person. I see some money. I just saw that key out of the corner. I was like, ooh, I will take that. So there's another key. So as you can see, again, these keys aren't for treasure chests. They don't use keys for the treasure chest. So this is obviously something we're going to be running into, whether it's a door or a gateway or something. I thought those gears were going to be a puzzle. There's another key. But they didn't end up being a puzzle. Now, later down the road in this, further in the dungeon, do they have puzzles? That's like the Profundum puzzles, where it's a lot of gear work and stuff like that. Really cool. So, like, this is a perfect example of where I'm having a problem, where the environment's not allowing my hand to go in there, but you have to touch it and engage the grip to gather it. There we go, finally. Sorry it jumped there, but again, that's... I mean, it's not game-breaking. I mean, let's face it. That's a little thing I'm complaining of. So, oh no, we need 4 keys. So as you can see, it's like a 4-gate thing. So now we gotta go find the other one. Everything does run great in this game, though. They definitely did a knockout job. I was hoping they did something. Oh, there's our other key. Look at that. Oh, of course. Jesus. I beat that guy so many times with my sword, he thought he was surrounded. So off we go here. And there we go. Also do like how this game is set up in, like, areas. These guys are sneaky with those things. I'll tell you what, they pulled out some interesting maneuvers on me, and I did get hit a couple times. I didn't expect them to, like, bring it over and pull it up the middle upwards and things like that. Like, I have a feeling they did some research on combat for this, because again, there's just things and stances and certain... Look at this thing. Certain things that I see and maneuvers they were doing that it's like, that's sneaky. Somebody knows what they're doing. Here's me being like, look at this fancy thing. This effing thing. It reminds me of the little Doom heads. I need a... Here I am. I'm like, come on, dude. I got a sword and some crazy, like, bladed bone axe thing. It's not even a halberd. It's a... Oh, and then, of course, I had to do this left-handed, and it was perfect shot. Go figure. I'm mostly right-handed, but with the way these games play, you know, if I have my sword out constantly, I gotta use my left hand for stuff, and sometimes the bow just gets stuck in your right hand. Bam. Ain't going back now. I'm just fumbling my stuff all over the place, don't mind me. I really thought this was a two-handed weapon. But you can use it with one hand. It's a big weapon, though. Listen, double tap. You gotta make sure they're dead. So obviously you can see we have a glowing symbol. I think given that there's a brazier on that stand, we can kind of put 2 and 2 together and figure out what it needs. And then of course I'm going to light this on fire, because I'm that person. And it didn't light on fire. I was also trying to steal this guy's armor, but... I think in a little bit I get this shield actually shattered off my arm. So there's another brazier. Oh, and some jewels. Some monies. Chalices, jeweled chalices. That I can't collect. Why you gotta tease me like that? All those nice big rubies. Cha-ching. Pretty. Nice 100. Cool 100. Believe... Yeah, this guy comes after me. One of these guys gets... Damn, look at that. There's that dude that just shattered it out of my hand. And I grabbed my bow instead. Go me. You definitely want me on your team. Trust me. Look at the sword he's got. I was like, yes, I'm stealing that from him. And then it shattered. I was like, how dare you? How dare you? Big bones, big spines. So we found the one secret, and we killed everything, which is good. So we're going to go back to town here, check stuff out. So as you can see, we've unlocked a couple things. There's some weapons on the weapons rack and things of that nature. And we can go to the town. Now this was a really cool feature. I really did like this. You've got a whole interactive town here with merchants, blacksmiths, pottery, not pottery, but potion vendors, food vendors. You can walk around the town. You know, it's nice. Meat vendor, blacksmith, like I said. Like quite a little, you know, it's not a huge town, but I mean, it certainly is big enough, that's for certain. You've got farmers, you've got somebody in a Princess Leia outfit over there with a hat with a plant sticking out of it, kind of like a little Pikmin. Sexy Pikmin, that shouldn't be in the same sentence. You can see I'm checking out some wares here. Look at that beautiful sword, way too expensive for me. It's a legendary sword. That's a beautiful, beautiful unbreakable shield. It's like, yes, unbreakable, bought. Nice metal shield. Just checking everything out. Obviously, you have other shoppers walking around. I mean, like, it's pretty lively. Thank you. $40 gold for an apple. I was like, what? 5 gold for a wheel of cheese that restores 300 health, or 40 gold for an apple at 100 health? I think not. And obviously, here's our foyer. The foyer. There's my little sword here. So, when you start up a game, if you do not have anything in your inventory, obviously, you could just go grab grab weapons there. So we're going to go to the church. And you don't have to press anything or anything. You just hop onto that circle. So here we go. Next area. Look at these guys are already ready to go. Yeah, that dude was not playing. I had to hit him while he was down. Usually I'll wait for them to get up, but now I gotta catch arrows and finish beating this guy. To my leg. Oh, my knee. Took an arrow to the knee. I'm like, let me grab this money. Let me pick this thing up. Look at that thing. That looks handy. I like that. I'm already getting shot at here. I would also like maybe that if you could like have the thing on your arm for the shield instead of having to put it in your inventory and everything like that, like a quick grab for the shield. Because obviously you want to keep your bow on you. Like that's a given. Nice little area. Oh, a friend. Hack him in the head. Get rid of him. I thought that was going to be something on the ground. That trapdoor. But you'll see me go back and I can't open it. I think you can only carry one potion at a time. I think that's why that dropped that. As you can see, though, I really wasn't having too hard of a time with my health at this point, so I really wasn't so much focusing. Hi, Frond. And there's my bow again. Keep grabbing the wrong thing. And that was great. And now this guy's shooting me. I'm fumbling all over everything. Derp, derp. I'm like, no, that's my bow. I keep grabbing my bow rather than my thing here. Hack him in the head. Can't believe I didn't pick up that gold. Do I go back and get that gold? I might be a little mad at myself for that now. Do I grab it? Yes, okay. Whew. I'm gonna say, my lord. Never let that stuff sit there. How dare I? Alright, so here we go trying to get down. Evil Dead style. In the basement. Not working. Me just double checking that everything's cleared. Because again, it is a dungeon. You know, sometimes you're going to have to backtrack. You know, there's going to be dead ends. There's going to be things that seem like they're leading you somewhere. And of course, and it's like I wasn't even near that. I remember getting hit by that. And it's like, but my back's not even there. And, of course, I'm getting shot at again. This is me just taking a look, trying to see. Again, you can see I was having an issue with the environment. Didn't want to let my hand, I guess, like, go past the area. Same thing with the gold, you know, the gold coins. Again, you can work around it, as you can see. I'm trying. There we go. Totally failed at that shot. See how cool, see how it slows down when it comes by? That's actually so you can dodge the shot. Of course, I'm not doing that, because why would I? I did it there, though. Ooh, beautiful shot. That was like a throat chest shot. As you can see, I'm just looking around, so, you know, and as always, having played games like this, I always do like to backtrack and, like, you know, check stuff out. And again, here's another one I thought there was going to be a, you know, maybe like a chain gear puzzle, but I mean, the puzzles, I wouldn't necessarily say, like, they are puzzles, but it's more like finding keys to open up doors and things like that to advance. And, you know, I expected more of, like, I guess the traditional puzzles. But, you know, because it came across as, like, a traditional dungeon crawling game. But not that it's bad in what they did. I actually enjoy the fact of what they did, where you're not staring at a puzzle for 30, 40 minutes being like, well, I don't know what to do. And it totally can kill your game. Especially when you're doing dungeon crawling and stuff like that. Like, you know, you want to enjoy the dungeon. You want to kill stuff. You want to fight stuff. You don't want to have to do puzzles, like hard puzzles, where you need to, like, really think and pay attention and stuff. Not that that's a bad thing. But again, you know, playing a game like this, you kind of want to get into the fights. This is me shooting with my left hand again. I'm not terrible. I actually have to say, I'm getting better. But from playing Half-Life Alyx, like, I keep my gun in my hand because everything under the sun is out to get you in that game. So, like, I've been controlling and, like, throwing the grenades and doing everything with my left hand, and I've actually gotten really good with my left hand. There goes that guy. He just got killed. They took care of that guy for me. Got this rotator trap. And of course I hit him. I would just like to point out that I'm like, ooh, pretty trap. Yeah, no, I walked right into that. Because that is the extent of my dungeon crawliness. I'm like the clumsiest dungeon person. So as you can see, that's a lovely... Look at the body down there. So it's like, oh, a button. Great. Not working. Looks like we got to climb. So as you see, I popped the door out this way, because obviously I need to grab this. It's not going to let me grab it with the door there, so... Just make sure we're nice and tight. Bam. There we go. I thought maybe it, like, might also block or, like, put a floor down so, you know, I can walk. But, yeah, no, that's not how that worked. There we go. I'm like, get me out of here now. Oof. It was right next to my head. I just grabbed that in time. Swept my legs. I'm just trying to get this guy down as fast as possible. Obviously, you can see my vision's red because I'm hurt. So we're lighting that. Again, environmental puzzle. So as you can see, I obviously missed something over on this side because we didn't get that other one down. So we're going to go do that real quick. Again, just scanning, making sure I didn't miss anything. Look at me, I'm like looking around like, alright, where's the traps? I know they're coming. Thought I might be able to break those, but I couldn't. So now we're back up over here. That, relief carving painting thing is pretty damn cool. Alright, so let's head up. First time I was in here, I actually didn't see these. That's why I didn't climb up them. And then when I came in, you know, when I was looking around, it's like, oh, duh. That was a little glitch right there. It put me through the floor. Not sure what that was. Okay. Oh, I think these two get crushed, if I remember correctly. Is it both of these guys? Yup. Yup. Well, they tried. E for effort, right? E for effort. Here's me running by like, run! Bam. I just jumped off the thing. I was like, yeah. So now this was a really cool encounter. Promise, this is the last thing I'm going to show you so then you can go and pick up the game. So you see those runes ahead of us, obviously. There's 3 things on the table. How do we get the runes? That's pretty straightforward. You saw some, what looked like statues down below. Yeah, it looks, you know, kind of like statues. I'm going to hop down there and realize that they have the runes on their chests. So now we need to match. Now, not all of them have the right runes on their chest, and not all of them do have runes on their chest. I did notice as you defeat some of them crumble. So you kind of want to be, I guess, quick with it. So right now, I can't remember. Yeah, we're going to go for... So I'm just looking around to see. I was waiting for that guy to come to life, so there you go. So we got the first one. Oh, behind him, I touched him. It's me trying to rush. Now, you see how those crumbled? So it's like, you know, I don't know what, like, if there's a timing to it or anything like that, but you definitely do want to be mindful and get it done as quickly as possible. So we're going down again. Obviously, that's not the right one. That guy's and a couple of them just crumbled there. That's one. All right. And I believe, yeah, there's the other one. So I'm pretty much rushing along here. So that's going to lead us into, you know, the finishing of the this area after we kill these guys. But as you can see, this has been a, you know, a fun... Well, again, it's a lot of fun dungeon crawling. Environment's really cool. Very reactive. I like it. I enjoy it. I can't wait to finish going through it and play it. I've really, really enjoyed these dungeon crawling games that have been coming out for VR. It's a great medium for it. So definitely, if you have VR, grab this game. Thanks for watching. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you all later. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to donate, go to gamerquest.tv/donate, and I will see you on the next video.